you're creating a particular crime by bringing that confidential informant into him and giving him a situation, a criminal situation that you're hoping he bites into. If there was no confidential informant, there's no crime. So you manufactured that situation. He wouldn't have to say no if you didn't manufacture something for him to say no to. The question is, do confidential informants manufacture crimes? The answer is yes. You're just agreeing with me because, yes, he's bringing a criminal situation to John Gotti that didn't exist before. Or by bringing that confidential informant in, you manufacturing it, as far as I'm concerned, because it wasn't there before this particular informant brought it to the alleged defendant or perpetrator. I was a subject of an undercover operation. It was me and Don King. So they had an undercover informant and an FBI agent that went on, undercover. And they were with me for 8 or 9 months. They believed that they can get to me to try to prove their case. But for 8 months, they tried to get me involved in criminal activity and infiltrate me and Don King. They tried to get me to get Don King to take a bribe and all this kind of stuff. If they would have got me to go along with it, they manufactured it.
They were trying to look to get you to fit the crime that they wanted.
Yeah, but I would have had nothing to say no to if the government didn't try to trap me into it. They actually tried to lay a trap for me to get involved. But I would have had nothing to say no to if they didn't manufacture the crime. My next surrounded claim is that law enforcement believes it's okay to violate the law in order to arrest the lawbreakers. If your name is John Gotti, Sonny Francis, Michael Francis, Fat Tony Salerno, Joe Colombo. No, I don't think that's unreasonable that law enforcement would break the law in order to catch somebody that they think is a name like that. By suborning perjury, by holding back exculpatory material at a trial, by FBI agents coercing people into testifying, coercing people into going undercover against people.
So are there cops that have broken the law, jeopardizing cases that they have worked very, very hard for? But
you just made my point.
There's too many people, too many variables for to say it never happens.
I think it depends upon who the targets are. Certain law enforcement people build their careers on the names of people that they go after. Certainly with John Gotti, certainly with my dad, Sonny Francis, with me to a certain extent. Yeah. You have to admit that big names give people in law enforcement an incentive to work a little bit harder to bring them down because you get rewarded for that.
Because what comes with those big names? But big names equal many victims.